Hello and welcome back to Divinity Original Sin 2 on a Mode Plus run. So we have just traded in the last quest of the Sawmill. It was really uneventful. All we now need to do is to get onto this island and do a couple of the demonic quests. And you know what? That is rather easy. So, we should just not lose our spirit vision, which we will not. Yeah, everything else is like super straightforward. I mean, it is basically jumping over.
I seem to have made it. What lies ahead looks even less welcoming.
Yep, he has a point. It is not very welcoming. Oh yeah, we sold most of the crap that we just got because we will not need it. Let's teleport. So this whole Blood Moon Island is a pretty nasty place. These guys here are telling us to please see their master. Yes, the master immediately has an important task for us. If you look at the map, there are already a couple of pre-selected areas. We're going to go through all of them really in detail. And the Blood Moon Island is surprisingly straightforward. Like when I played it, there's not really much that you can do in a different order. Basically explore the whole place, kill a lot of bad guys, and then solve a couple of mysteries one by one. There's only one fight for our specific run here, which might be a little bit tricky, and by tricky I mean we will leave Syken out of the combat just to make sure that he's not losing the Blood Rose Elixir. Because it's really the only fight where there is a realistic chance of a person dying, and not because the enemy's like super
Beautiful. A try for what? Go.
super strong. It's rather because it uses bullshit mechanics. It's probably one of the most hated fights, but we're going to discuss that once we are there. So first thing to notice here is Melody kind of stands here and discusses with one of the guys about demonic stuff, and it turns out, yeah, well, let's say the suspicion seems to come up that Melody is always having almost a shady side to herself, and since the other large sorcerers, the Succubus and Riker, did a deal with the God King, it seems she did the same deal, but we'll come to that a little bit later.
We are where we are meant. We have a wager. Good. Tell me, how do you bet? For the half-blood or against? She made a deal with our master, but the advocate is quick to remind her. The master does not make deals lightly. The master does not break them. Good. Now, see what happens. Until then, do you wish to trade?
Good. This here is the advocate. And the advocate is not only our target, our assassination target, he also has a little job for us.
Well, here you I am you and as the god excellent. The issue at once the as for
He could
your
technically teach us swords, but since we're already at 3 swords.
Oh, now tell me, is there anything further? Because it is
The lizard looks.
and there are legions that would follow you. Myself, why my master?
You need to be a little bit careful not to draw the weapon and kill him.
One may and one should heed that. Have your ears been found defective, or do you my master has there is a and you will exterminate these termites. It is simplest. My master, your smoldering half-demon eye. Alas, I am not at liberty to say more. My master.
Good. We found him, the advocate. Request we get rid of the Black Ring forces who have surrounded the nearby ancestor tree, which conveniently enough is pretty much in the middle of everything. Before we do that though, I had a good experience by just like running around the island and making sure we have everything looted, plus I have discovered all of the places. The island is really not that big. If you have made it until here, hardly anything should be a challenge. I think I was almost negatively surprised about how easy the fights were on Tactician. Can't remember a single one which was really difficult. But maybe it's also, if you do all of the quests like we did it, there is a high chance that you effectively are going to be over-leveled. Well, so much for pre-buffing in combat. Yeah, these Bloodspawns here are level 15, and I felt they neither dealt a lot of damage nor were they particularly beefy for their level. Yeah, we almost killed them. We were even splitting the encounter. Oh, there we go. Because technically there should have been more enemies. All of them are now up there, which is fine. So we'll just jump a little bit closer to enter the encounter. And it's really 101 pre-buffing and then a stomp. I can't remember that the enemies did anything particularly interesting. There was one caster, if I remember correct, probably the guy back here, the Spellbinder, who was a little bit of an annoyance, but other than that, all of them were quite straightforward. Triple knockdown. Oh yeah, now I do remember. That's why it was a little bit annoying. These two accused ones, they did have taunt, so we need to keep them away and kill them first. Because I played the encounter right before the patch was happening. Like on my first playthrough, that was even way back. So at that time they were not such a big problem, but now with the improved taunt, they definitely are problematic. So I stand corrected. Maybe that's the only part of the encounter which sucks a little bit. But as you can see, they are not very sturdy. Good, so let's move over. That's me not playing him, because apparently when he's taunted he'll be taken over, but yeah. He knocked the other guy down, and that was really what I was trying to achieve. One down, two down. And this Firecaster here will come down right next to us. Another part that which I absolutely did not like about this encounter was effectively how far you needed to run. He's climbing right back up. Priceless. Priceless. Just to climb back down. Divinity Original Sins just to climb back up. Divinity Original Sins to enemy AI at its finest. A testament of modern programming. It is so well designed that even expert strategists will ask themselves, why? Why, oh why has he just done that? think we just exited combat. No, not completely. No, we just exited combat. What? Wait. Who? An enemy wood totem? Really? Really? So the first thing that we will do after looting is take one quest, which is over here. There should be a ghost. Surprised to not find the ghost here. Oh, there we go.
The Howler.
The spirit cock.
Ah, there's no one. You too, a druid. There are two. Well, I can't say where its entrance lays. The Howler.
The spirit cocks his head and covers it.
Well, yeah, I can't say where its entrance lays. A druid.
We definitely shall not drain it.
The spirit meditates.
We'll come back eventually. So he talked about an old archive, almost a library. I'll show you where we can find it. So there's a hidden chest behind here. And since we have done about half of the island, the rest is mainly walking. Let's do it in the next video.